So I'm gonna kind of narrate. This was at the St. James Hotel in Cimarron, New Mexico, and this was kind of one of the first things we did. It was still daylight out. This is around the time I did that video and said, guys, I can't really live stream. This was initially the video I was going to do that with, and then I just made it even shorter because the internet was pretty slow. That way it would upload a bit faster. So I'm going to walk you through a few things. Well, it's Jason at 4 here. We are in what's known as the haunted St. James Hotel in Cimarron, New Mexico. In this room, number 18, see that little shot glass up there? That's TJ's room. And as you can see, they locked the door. You're not allowed in that room. Supposedly it is it's the way they left it for like 100+ years. So it's like really dusty, whatever. Now my friend got Etheria, Dave, my wife Evelyn. Etheria has been here before, and she said that she didn't really pick up on anything. You know, she's psychic medium. She didn't really pick up on much about this room. But we were downstairs eating at the restaurant just a little while ago. We were talking about how TJ likes his whiskey, and that, you know, if you put a shot glass up there, he appreciates it. So someone had already done that, which we saw, you know, earlier. And so my friend Dave.
Hi, I'm just inspecting Joe. We're talking about whiskey.
Yeah. So we were just talking about we're going to leave a little present. Dave's going to buy him a shot, put it up there. While we were talking about it,
Do you think TJ would mind if I?
you can probably go down and show the sample. But Etheria got a little hit, like, oh yeah, he would like that very much. So he came through like right away to her downstairs while we were eating dinner. Unfortunately, I can't live stream tonight because the internet here is terrible and the phone connection is only a 3G. So I've got a bunch of different rooms, and they rope them off until you get here. They give you the key. I believe this place has been on Ghost Hunters as well. Oh, Dave's got his the K2 meter. We're gonna go by TJ.
Hey TJ, if you're willing to show your presence, please light up this K2 meter.
So I'll go ahead and pause that for now. It doesn't light up. Alright, so this one's a little interesting. This was just a little bit later. Still, you can see the sunlight's out. I've got my camera. I just found something on Amazon. It was like $200. It was a Zohulu camera, 4K, infrared night vision. It's got full spectrum capability. So some of this, I'm not in full spectrum mode. But in this particular video, she kind of picks up on TJ. Well, he comes through. And then after that, the lamp, like it looked like the lamp was moving, but it wasn't. Like what I saw out of my eye was almost like if there was call it a spirit or some kind of like translucent, slightly bended, you know, glass piece or something, to where if you looked by something, it would kind of give it this little, you know, hazy kind of look, I guess. I saw that. When the first lady mentioned it, I was like, hey, you know, I think I did. Because she's like, oh, I think it's moving, like back and forth. But I'm like, no, I didn't quite catch that. What I caught was like almost as if something translucent was in front of it. So later on in this video, I'll show you, the lady's like, oh, it did it again. And my camera was faced at it this time, although I did not have the infrared or the full spectrum mode on, which I should have. And then I ended up putting it on towards the end, but it was too late. But I do have the lamp in view, and I've slowed it down, I've replayed. I don't see anything at all in the video, but I know what I saw when I was standing there. Like this little glassy kind of, you know, almost like if you're trying to look at something through a slightly bent glass, you know, it kind of changes the shape. And like if I moved it in front of your face, it would also cause like this little wavy thing. I did see that. I can say that I saw that for sure. The first time. The second time, when I was actually aiming the camera in that direction, I was looking over at the guy talking, so I wasn't actually looking in that direction. The lady's like, "Oh, something's coming. I feel like something just went through me," and then she sees the lamp do the thing again. So let's check this out.
She's smiling.
Well, he's showing me whiskey.
Whiskey.
It's DJ.
We told. I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, it's DJ.
So
He
knows we're gonna.
Okay, so he's letting me know who he is by showing me a shot glass of whiskey, which is.
Nice.
You know, I am a fellow drinker. Whoa. Whoop. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Is that going to be your sick? Okay. Are you going to show me a little shot glass of whiskey to let me know that's you all evening? Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Okay, right. I'm feeling sadness. I'm sorry. Something about I don't know. I don't know his life story really well, actually, which is the problem, because I think there's a loss of a love that I'm feeling from him very strongly. Broken heart kind of a thing. But I don't know his history, his life story. But I do feel like he's looking for a love of his life that he lost, that he's in spirit, he's looking for this person. And he's having a hard time finding her. Yeah. I'm sorry. I understand. He wants me to help him find her.
Can you find out her name, or like, can you pull her in?
I'm getting an e-name.
Okay. As she's saying that, I'm feeling like the name's like Eleanor. I'm thinking older name, back in the 1800s. Eleanor. I just felt like, that sounds like the right name with an E. So this is interesting.
I'm here. The problem is because I know your wife's name, and I hope I'm not just going in that direction, because that's a name that's really. But I'm hearing like Eleanor.
I was feeling.
It's like
I was thinking that exact same name.
Eleanor is what I'm hearing. Is it? Am I getting the name right, TJ?
Because I was thinking of older names,
Yeah.
like from back in the day. TJ, if you can talk into this device that I'm holding with the red light, I might be able to pick up the name and any other information you want to share with us. We might not hear you through our other senses, but we might be able to hear you through this.
That's the lamp, the top part.
I'm getting a hit right now. Same hit I got at that church, and same hit I've been getting all along here.
Mm-hmm. I'm not feeling as much right now.
Yeah, it's subdued.
It's all subdued.
Are you?
Something went through me, but I can't feel it now.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. I just saw that.
You see? It's
Yes,
like tiny
thank you.
bit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I saw it that time. At first I thought it was just my eyes, because
Well,
I'm half blind. but
I'm wondering, because when
on the bottom.
the
top.
It's the top.
when I first glanced over, it's almost like your eyes are double visioning, kind of messing with you.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if that's actually moving, or there's an energy going past it that's like
Oh,
you know what I
I
mean,
don't know.
like a glass.
Go right
Yeah.
next to
Dave was in the White Earp room, I think, with Etheria in a secondary bedroom there. And then me and Evelyn were in the governor room. So me and Dave were like, oh, it's still daylight out, whatever. Let's go in the poker room. And it's like an L-shaped hallway with different rooms, along the ways. And so when you come in up the stairs, you would make a right and go down the little small part of the L. And right away to the left is the second room is a poker room. So it was just me and him in there trying to catch some EVPs. I don't think we really got anything in this session. It wasn't until later on where there's a couple interesting things. So I'll get to that. Alright, so this was a little later. It was starting to become evening. And me, Dave, and Etheria I got full spectrum mode on, by the way. And those, it's still pretty bright in there because up top there's plenty of lights. Those chandeliers all have lights on the whole night. So I didn't really need to have like night vision mode on. But I did keep it on that like full spectrum mode anyways. Just because. So here we are giving TJ a shot of whiskey. And I'll just kind of skip through it. I don't need to waste too much of your time. Door 18, there's the lock. And we're going to put it over here on the right side. Dave puts it over there. And then we'll move on to something else. This particular episode, we're in my room, mine and Evelyn's. Evelyn, again, she's pregnant. She's been dealing with sickness, not just morning sickness, but sickness throughout the day. So she was spending a lot of time in bed while we were pretty much out doing the ghost hunting and everything else. She just wasn't feeling good because of that, unfortunately. But at this point, we're in there, and Dave and Etheria have downloaded this ghost hunting app. I think they'll tell you what it's called in a second. And it comes up with these words and a little ghost radar, like, ooh, there's a ghost in the room, whatever. But it comes up with these random words. And you have to ask yourself, is it actually random? Or is it choosing words right now that are very relevant to us personally? Now you might think, oh, well, if you're ghost hunting, of course it's going to say stuff. Well, not so fast. Take a listen to this.
Are we taping? We were using Ghost Radar on our phones. Awesome app.
2 thumbs up.
And it's already freaking us out.
Yeah, so Dave gave me this painting that we got at an Indian reservation. It's upside down, but there's a bear paw, which has some significance to us that I'm not going to explain right now. But he gave that to me, and he's playing around with this phone app, and again, we're in the haunted hotel, and it says claw. It goes claw.
Right there, the words show up, and it said claw.
It said claw.
And it's like, claw, claw, claw. Bear claw.
Although this is, you have to go to that crazy angle. It's not going to show it like this because of the full light spectrum thing.
Oh, okay. I just got mama.
Yeah, mama bear, right?
Or mama, pregnant mama.
Right.
Yeah, mama.
Yeah.
So that it starts with claw. Then what was the next thing?
So then we associated claw with bear claw because that protection and good fortune.
Yep.
And then I made a comment about, does he sing at home?
Yeah, because she said something about ocean. It said something about ocean.
Oh, yes, and then it goes husband.
And these ones we're mentioning, I think, are all showed up on this phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
That said husband, and then you're nodding your head.
And then and then I say, oh, ask it if Evelyn's having a boy. And then it goes nodded.
Nodded, yes.
Like nodded, yes.
It's a boy.
And it says right on the screen, nodded.
Yeah.
Now it's possible it might have been picking up on Evelyn nodding to an earlier question. So I don't. There's
we
a
don't
question
know.
About is it a late response or immediate response? But it seemed like I think we're all picking up on that as a response.
All right, moving on. All right, so on this scene, we're about to make the little curve to the lower part of the L, and his meters goes up to about halfway point, but there's an AC unit or something right behind the wall. So we determined that's what it was. There's no ghostly activity. And then we find the storage room with like a little crack open at the top, so we had to take a little peek. Oh yes, I am barefoot. We were trying to be quiet. So here's us in the poker room at night, and nothing really happens here. It's just a different view, so I wanted to share it with you. But there's a guy, Mike, that we met there. So we invite him to hang out with us if he wanted to. So I don't know if you'll see him on camera or not. He's to the left. I got the camera in my hand. So Dave's right in front of me. I think maybe just slightly to the right, and then over on this side to the left is where Mike would have been. So what we did here, we had Dave had a few of these kind of similar lights, and what you do is you unscrew the cap where the battery is, just to it's right to fall apart, or like right where it's the light's kind of turning off, like that little sweet spot, and then you basically set the light back down and ask, can you turn the light on and see if the light turns on, or can you turn the light off if it's on, and see what happens. We had a couple of times where that actually happened, and I want to say around 10 minutes in this video. I think it's this video. I'll double check. I have one more video left anyways to share, so it's either this one or the next one. I think it was around the 10-minute mark, where I thought I saw an orb, like and right across the camera screen. And I have not even watched it, have not played it back. This will be my first time actually playing it back as soon as I can find it. So I'm going to pause this so that I can find the sweet spots where the light came on and off or whatever, and then that orb.
Thank you.
There goes again.
This one go on solid, bright. I'm getting ahead. Thank you. I'm getting ahead.
Now what I haven't showed you is how long it was sitting there off. It was off for a pretty good amount of time, and then it started doing that. We didn't shake the table or do anything. We were, pretty much hands off for the most part. So I'll find another one. Let's see. All right, so at this point in time, it's been like a few minutes. Dave went ahead and, he turned off the light. He unscrewed it to get it to shut off. Got the sweet spot again. It was off, and left it alone. It had been sitting there completely off, not even a little flicker, nothing, for several minutes. And then, watch this.
Driven everywhere. Is it very powered battery almost dead?
Yeah.
Wow. So are you? Thank you.
There goes the light.
Thank you.
And you may say, well, he just put his elbow down, slightly bent or whatever. But he was moving all kinds of stuff. He was grabbing poker chips and he was doing stuff earlier. And it didn't seem to affect the light. And again, the light didn't trip. If you watch back, it didn't turn on the second he touched the table, which you would expect if he caused a vibration. So I'll back it up. Watch.
Yeah.
Wow. So are you? Thank you.
There goes the light.
Thank you. Are you Lloyd and Joe?
All right, so now I need to find the actual orb that I told you about. It's either in this one, I need to back up to around 10 minutes, or it's in the next video. I'll find out. Okay, so it's actually in the same video that I've been sharing with you, this scene here. At 11 minutes 27 seconds, you can see my timestamp over in the bottom left. So the orb, it goes like this. It comes from over here and goes bzzz, and just disappears. Now remember, I've got full spectrum mode on. The entire time that I've been videotaping, I haven't seen any kind of dust particle, orb, anything. Yeah, yes, even an orb, nothing. And I'm giving you short pieces of this video, but just so you have an idea, this room and all the rooms, they don't have air conditioners. Now I think I saw heaters, but they're not on. It was, we're in summertime, and the rooms cool off at night anyways. But at the end of each hallway, so remember, it's an L shape. So at the long end of the L, there's a air conditioner and there's a window that just blows cooler down the hallway. And then when you go down to the lower, shorter L part, there's one at the end of that. So you have about 2 or 3 rooms on the way up until you get to the right where we are. So we're kind of close to where the L, the 2 lines meet. So for an air conditioner to be all the way at the end of the hallway, a window unit, to blow air all the way in, and this room, you have to make a right turn to go into the room. Like, in other words, for this thing to blow a particle into the room behind me to my left shoulder and then come across to the right is like impossible, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And there was no movement, there's no wind, there was nothing in this room. So again, I'm about to play it. You will see right around this area, you know, it's 11:27, so by 11:25, 26, start watching, and it'll just kind of go right up here and just disappear. So here we go. I'm at 11:22. Here we go.
Could be wonderful.
Boom! It just like disappears right in front of the card, the deck of cards or the stack of cards that are spread out. I'm gonna go to video. Actually, playback, speed slower. Playback, speed slower. See if we can get it really slow. That's 16, 20. Here we go. Here it comes.
Could be wonderful. Oh, I just saw an orb.
And that's it. That's what I saw. So, you know, you could see it come across, right? And the way the camera's facing, the center, which I'll just put the screen back up. You know, the center point of the camera is obviously the middle of the screen. So what do you see mostly? Right here is about the middle of the screen. The camera has a built-in light, infrared light, even though it's in that multi-spectrum mode, it still uses the infrared light. So if here's where I'm going. If a dust particle is coming across this way, when it gets to the center of the light, shouldn't it be at its brightest? Reflecting at its brightest? This thing disappears. Let's watch it one more time, and I'm going to slow it down even more, if this will let me. I think it will. Playback, speed, slower. Here we go. This should be really slow.
Could be wonderful.
I mean, I don't know what it is. Could it be a piece of dust? I guess so. But why does it just fade out as it should be getting brighter with the light hitting it dead on, you know? So, I don't know. Very interesting to say the least. One other thing. It was sometime after midnight. It's after midnight. And something's evil lurking out your door. You start to scream. No, but it was after midnight. It was, because I remember waking up. Something banged loud as hell. It sounded like it was inside our room, mine and Evelyn's. You're laying on a bed, you look up, and 5 feet in front of the bed is the little dresser with the mirror or whatever. It sounded like somebody picked something up when there's a little bucket of ice. That they give you a bucket and you can go downstairs and get ice if you want. So I did. We had some grapes I put on top of it to keep them cool. So it had been there for hours. I hear like, boom! Wakes us both up. She goes, what was that? I go, oh, I think it was the grapes, the ice melting in the thing and the grapes fell. Yeah, it makes a massive boom sound. I didn't want to like scare her, so I'm like, yeah, well, that's what it was. And we both went back to bed. So Dave, though, he goes, man, Joe, it was also after midnight. He goes, it could have been maybe 12:30, 1 or 12:30 to 1:30, I don't remember. He goes, but I do have my camera. It was recording all night long. And he goes, I'll try to find where that was. He goes, but I heard a distinct 2 bangs, like boom, boom. And I thought, well, I only heard the 1 boom because I remember waking up hearing that. I said, but if it was 2 consecutive booms, like a boom, boom, perhaps the first one started to wake us up, and then we only heard the second one. I mean, you're dead sleeping. I don't know if it was 2 bangs or 1 bang sound. And but it was very loud. Like, it was loud as hell. It woke us both up. Boom. What the hell? I didn't have anything recording in my room, but Dave did. He had a camera going the whole time. So it not that I think he caught anything on camera, but I think at least the sound he probably got on camera. I'm not going to necessarily, I haven't asked him to like send me the copy, find it, send it to me. I'll probably just go ahead and upload this video as is, I think. But I might not. I may just record it, save it, ask him, hey Dave, can you find that piece, and then I'll just add it to this video in the end, you know, something like that. So it was an interesting time at the St. James Hotel. It was a cool place, cool little history. There's a little tiny old jail down the street that you can't go inside, but you can kind of look inside. That was there from a long time ago. An old well, an old inn that a lady owns that's for sale for like $750,000, 10 acres, 5 bedrooms, a couple outbuildings to sleep in, and a big barn and something. But it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, it is in the middle of nowhere. But a cool little history. So we did that, woke up the next day, and then, you know, went back to Santa Fe, took a flight out on Monday, but we just rested on Sunday. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed our little ghost hunt. Take care.